Hi everyone, welcome. I hope you're all fine. So, today we will be covering the monthly important current affairs for September 2021. So, we have already done it for December, November, October. All
Uh,
right.
Once again, so December class, we did not get the recording. So, and I missed it. So, is there
Uh,
possibility to get that or?
yeah, I think the recording is obviously there. So, you are in SEBI, right, Pritish?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I'll contact with Manish once and I think he'll
Yeah, yeah.
arrange
Because your last two lectures are not, this December and November are
that.
not uploaded. November I attended, but December we got the notification at 5 p.m. and your
Yeah,
class was at 5
actually,
p.m.
yes, I
So,
got to know that the notification
uh,
was served very late. Sorry about that, but it'll be arranged. Okay, I'll
no,
ask
no, no
Manish.
issues. Just recording. If we go through it, it'll be fine because
Yeah,
current
yeah,
affairs
definitely.
thoda weak
Definitely,
hai.
definitely. I'll ask him. Okay, so it'll be done.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So we'll just wait for a minute, let participants join. Okay. And today also we have some important points, but उतना lengthy नहीं है सितंबर का जिससे अक्टूबर का भी बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं था. So we will follow the same drill. First we'll go through the compendium and we will see the news in the following manner. Like we'll first cover national, then international, science and tech, dates and personalities, then geography and environment. And after that, we will go through the small quiz that we go for a run through. Okay, so I hope you'll all enjoy, and this will be the drill. And here, guys, is the first one. I've highlighted the important points which I found to be the most important one, and the students are still joining. So just let's take a moment for a minute and let them join, and then we'll start. Okay.
Wanted to ask you one more question, if that's okay.
Yes, yes, please, please
So
go.
budget is just a week away.
Yes.
So what can we expect, and what are some questions we
Um,
should look for? Any idea, or what do you think? Because the questions will be asked from budget.
Definitely. And Pritish, does the economic survey also get covered in your exam or only the
Yes,
budget?
yes, 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 yes. Economic survey budget. I think it's important for your exam also. So
Yes, it's important for my exam also. So the thing is, Pritish, I am not very sure as to what the SEBI course is planning precisely on budget. So I think I'll just talk to Manish once again कि क्या सोचा है उन्होंने.
नहीं,
ठीक
नहीं,
है?
ठीक है। तो आपको भी आपके हिसाब से जो है, तो आप नेक्स्ट क्लास में तो फिर वो आ जाएगा, तो तब आप थोड़ा बता देना, क्योंकि
Maybe
वो दोनों एग्जाम
I'll
के लिए इम्पोर्टेंट है।
try that, Pritish. But the thing is कि अभी मतलब I have not been contacted for the same. So maybe some other team is working on it. So वैसा update आ जाएगा. अगर मेरे पास होगा तो definitely I'll take a class on that. Like if it comes to me. Okay.
ओके, ओके।
So yeah, I think we can we can start. I'll just message Pratikesh once so that I think he can ask a few others to join because normal strength से आज strength काफी कम है. I don't know what's the matter. So just give me a moment, guys. I'll ask Pratikesh, okay? And till then, you can just read or just go through what's written on the screen. We are anyway going to read it, okay? Okay, guys. So let's start with the first one. This is about the national news. So the first one, guys, is Karnataka government will impose a ban on online games or betting by amending the Karnataka Police Act 1963, excluding lottery. Now there are two important points that we have to consider here. First is that Karnataka government is imposing a ban on online games or betting. So जो ये betting type के games होते हैं, तीन पत्ती and all of this, they'll all be like banned, and amendment will be brought in Karnataka Police Act. I think अब तो काफी आगे बढ़ गई होगी बात, सितंबर की बात है. And this will exclude lottery. Now guys, what actually they're saying कि here a ban will not be there on lottery. ठीक है? So a question might come that recently Karnataka government amended its Karnataka Police Act to put a ban on online games, betting, lottery, all of the above. ठीक है? So lottery will not be included. Please remember. ठीक है? So you have to keep in mind that lottery has been excluded from this purview. ठीक है? Okay, Ankit. Okay, fine. So I'll ask someone get the Google Drive link circulated, Ankit. Okay, because how is it helpful? It has all the previous year compendiums. ठीक है, तो आपको वहीं से एक ही फोल्डर में सब कुछ मिल जाएगा. तो I'll ask, it'll be circulated. Okay. So the first point we've already covered, guys, that Karnataka government will impose a ban, but now it will exclude what we are saying, the lottery. Okay. The second one is the emergency landing facility on National Highway 925A in Barmer, Rajasthan. So guys, this is for the very first time that a national highway will be used as a base for emergency landing by the Indian Air Force or the Indian Air Force aircraft. Okay? So this is for the first time when a national highway will be used for emergency landing of the Indian Air Force aircraft. ठीक है, so you have to remember कि कहाँ पे है और किसकी emergency landing हो सकती है. तो Indian Air Force के aircraft की हो सकती है, and where it's in Barmer in Rajasthan. ठीक है, so national highway number 925. ठीक है, so you have to remember this. आपको options दे देंगे कि चेन्नई में है, कुन्नूर में है, कहीं कहीं पे, but you have to remember it's in Barmer, Rajasthan. ठीक है, चलो. Next one, guys, is India and Denmark. ठीक है, तो Center of Excellence on Offshore Wind. ठीक है, so as a part of the Green Strategic Partnership. Now, always remember, guys, that when we are talking about becoming carbon neutral, ठीक है, or net carbon zero emission, ये मैंने पहले भी explain किया है. What is the entire concept? Okay, so when we try to achieve this particular goal, it's important that we switch to some resources that are sustainable, that are renewable in nature, right? So definitely the wind as a source of energy is very important. Solar energy is very important. Okay? So recently, India and Denmark, they have launched the Center of Excellence on Offshore Wind as a part of their Green Strategic Partnership. And this will actually, this is significant as the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy has set a target of adding 30 gigawatts. Okay? It's a unit of energy of offshore wind energy projects by 2030. Okay, so it is saying that along with the other things like the solar energy and stuff, the wind energy will also, we are looking forward that it will add 30 gigawatts or to the offshore, to the entire project by 2030. Okay, so यहाँ पे this is important point that India is the only G20 country, ठीक है, that is operating in sync with the Paris Climate Agreement in keeping global warming below 2 degrees Celsius of pre-industrial levels. Now here comes another concept which is very important, and the name of this concept is the NDC. Now what is, guys, NDC? It is not mentioned in this particular point, but I'm telling you from my front. NDC is the nationally determined contributions. So as like for example, there is an international treaty, ठीक है, or there is an international goal agenda that has to be fulfilled. ठीक है, now let's say there are 5 nations in this world, for example, and they all signed that particular treaty. Now when they signed that treaty, it means that they're promising that they will also make efforts to whatever, you know, that goal is, to achieve that goal. Right now, the way through which they will achieve this is the nationally determined contribution, that they as a nation are determined to contribute how much for the bigger goal. Okay, so when we talk about the Paris Climate Agreement also, so the NDCs, please remember, they are not binding as such. Always remember, the sovereign nations are not bound by such things. Okay, but since they are a signatory, since they have ratified it, they definitely work in the direction. Okay, so when we talk about the Paris Climate Agreement also, so India and other countries also had their NDCs, right? That is the nationally determined contributions. But if you do not fulfill them within the stipulated time, or you're not able, or you're not paying attention to fulfill them, there is no penalty that can be given to you. Okay, so this was also into like one of the discussions, that is why it does not really have teeth. Matlab, they just promise at the international forum and they don't really work for it. But India, guys, is the only country amongst the G20 nations that is totally in line with the promise that it had made in the Paris Climate Agreement, and it is very much in lines with fulfilling its NDCs. ठीक है, तो India अपने nationally determined contributions को fulfill कर रही है. So this point you can use in your answers also, in your general discussions also. If at all someone says that how much do you think India is dedicated in the climate change regime, so you can say that it is the only country amongst the G20 countries that is able to fulfill its nationally determined contributions. ठीक है, so this will be a very strong point in your favor. Okay, next one, guys, is that a country's first floating missile test range, ठीक है, and the name is INS Anvesh. So you have to remember that INS Anvesh के बारे में what is special? It is country's first floating missile test range. So here, like from here, the missiles can be test fired, and this is a complete floating system. So this is of the Indian naval ship Anvesh. ठीक है, so to remember the name. Okay. Next one, guys, is about the Time 100 Most Influential People. So in 2021, it has featured Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, then West Bengal Chief Minister, Mamata Banerjee, and the CEO of Serum Institute of India, Adar Punewala. So you have to remember that जो Serum Institute of India है, it is very important when it comes to the vaccine or the indigenous vaccine development of the country. ठीक है? So इसलिए इन तीनों को टाइम्स में फीचर किया गया 2021 में. ठीक है? You have to remember this. Next one, guys, is about the NMDC, which is the National Mineral Development Limited. Okay, so under the Steel Ministry, it gets the prestigious Rajbhasha Kirti Puraskar Award. Okay, so there is this award, okay, which is by the name of Rajbhasha Kirti Puraskar, and this time it has been given to the NMDC, which is the National Mineral Development Limited, and it is under which industry, like, or the which ministry of the nation? It's under the Steel Ministry. Okay. So you have to remember this name because this award is very important. Okay. So it also says that the Vishakhapatnam steel plant was also presented with the Rajbhasha Kirti Puraskar for the effective implementation of Hindi as the official language during 2020 to 2021. Because specifically, if we talk about the southern states, there has always been a tussle of adopting Hindi as the official language. Okay, because they always say that it is not easy for them to adapt to Hindi because they have their own local regional languages. And if at all they do, English is a more subtle and easier way for them to do it. So if at all there is any effort that comes in the direction of using Hindi as an official language, so definitely that has to be encouraged. Okay. All right, next one, guys. International Crops Research Institute for the Semi-Arid Tropics, okay, the complete acronym is ICRISAT, was chosen as the winner of the Africa Food Prize 2021 for its tropical legumes project that was implemented to improve food security across 13 sub-Saharan African countries. Now, as you know, that the situation of nutrition and food security is very scarce when it comes to a lot of African and sub-Saharan African nations. So this particular, body, which is the International Crops Research Institute for Semi-Arid Tropics, okay, it has been given the award for Africa Food Prize for its endeavors in this direction. Okay. Now, this I have not highlighted, but I hope you now know that Sansad TV has been launched and the Lok Sabha TV and the Rajya Sabha TV have been merged to a single one, and it was decided, and the Ravi Kapoor was appointed as the CEO of Sansad TV in March 2021. ठीक है, तो ये normal general update है, इससे question मुश्किल ही है कि कोई पूछेगा. ठीक है. Next one, guys, the central government has launched a 12-digit unique ID for farmers to create a unified farmers service interface. Okay, so this is done as a part of the government's digital agriculture mission. Okay, so a lot of digitization and technological advancements are being done in the Indian farming system as well. If we talk about the government e-marketplace also, then if we talk about this particular initiative also, so it is what it will be doing. It will be giving 12-digit unique ID number to every farmer basically, and through that the farmer will be able to create a unified altogether farmers service interface, so it will be better for the interaction and availing of these services. Okay, next one. India will become trans fat free by 2022 as per the Food Safety and Standards Authority of India, FSSAI. So यहाँ पे दो important points हैं हमारे पास. पहला कि FSSAI क्या है? So you know, कुछ भी आप खाओगे उसके पीछे आपको एक मार्क दिखेगा, ठीक है, which is it is actually marked, or it is actually what I would say quality checked by the Food Safety and Standards Authority of India in the edible products. ठीक है. So you have to remember the role of this. Okay? And the next one is that India is on the way to become trans fat free by 2022. And trans fat, guys, is one of the most unhealthy fats that a human or that a person can consume. And definitely in the international standards also, it is considered that we should be making as fast as possible endeavors to reduce and to totally curb the intake of trans fat. If you notice, there are some chips and some snacks, उनके ऊपर लिखा होता है बड़ा बड़ा सा 0 trans fat or 0% trans fat. So that's basically they're telling that it is completely free of trans fat, and so it is very safe for consumption. Okay? So trans fat is not good for you.
So
Yes.
will there be any penalty for the say chips or any snacks which are more trans fat, or how are they going? Any idea?
I think, Pritish, the way they would be doing is that first of all, they'd be providing some time for them to enhance new ways. See, because like for example, कोई भी chips हैं, ठीक है? So they are definitely following some particular recipe, and that is why they come upon or they have those chips, no? Now all of a sudden तो नहीं हो सकता कि भाई कल उनको एक order आ गया, and so how will they reduce trans fat? So इसीलिए जो time period रखा है 2022 का, so it is basically for this purpose also that these industries जिनके food में या जिनके edible products में अभी भी trans fat है, they work on this and they enhance or they bring out what better recipes that do not have trans fat. And there is much possibility, Pritesh, that there would be there could be a kind of I would say penalty if at all they are totally like ignoring, I think, the guidelines. So maybe it has not been mentioned as such because abhi ek goal set hua hai. So maybe it will unfold with time as to if at all there are any penalties or not. But
Got it. नहीं मतलब मैगी में जैसे मैग्नीशियम आया था तो उसको बैन कर दिया था. So that's what I was thinking कि is there any
if you if you like went through that also, so you must have noticed that later on, like it was banned for a few months, but later Nestle was able to prove with the right kinds of proofs that it did not have anything that was harmful for the health. If you remember, I very closely know this because one of my relatives is actually an engineer in Nestle companies close by my home. So मुझे पूरा पता चला था. तो हुआ क्या था कि internationally also there was a lot of ruckus. India में तो बहुत ही ज़्यादा, but finally Nestle was able to prove that it did not have. So see, one thing is for sure, Pratish, that if at all there is any question on quality on food, और वो भी ऐसा food which is consumed so like rampantly all over the country and specifically amongst children also, so definitely putting a ban in the first place is the the precautionary measure that you take. देखो अब उसमें कुछ निकलता है नहीं निकलता, it is a matter of inspection, it is a matter of actions can be taken, it has to be looked into. But the first thing that you can do for mitigating any further harm is that you ban it. Okay, so the initial ban which was there on Maggie was not to punish Nestle or something, it was just to stop it or its further use if at all there is something harmful in it. And when nothing was found, so it was rolled back to the market. So that's how they do it. Okay, so there are different steps of tackling with the problem as well, right?
Got it.
Yeah. Okay, next one, guys, is the third annual edition of the Digital Quality of Life Index, ranks India 59th among 110 countries. I don't know why I'm recalling that we read it somewhere else also, or recently the newer version has come up maybe. So the Digital Quality of Life Index, yes, we did it a few days ago, I'm remembering. So as per the September one, it had ranked India as on 59th position amongst 110 countries. So not very bad, I would say, not very good, it's on the midway kind of abhi tak. ठीक है, so अभी आप देखो India ranks 33rd, like इसके जो अंदर के और सब tenets होंगे, India ranks 33rd in e-government. You don't have to remember these, ठीक है, just go through them, okay, don't ऐसे याद करने की जरूरत नहीं है. So e-governance में अगर हम बात करते हैं, so it's on 33rd rank. E-security में it's on 36th rank, and internet affordability पे it's on 47th rank. But I think after the price hike in the mobile recharges, I think we should be slipping down further, because if you guys must have noticed, the recharges have become very, very expensive now. And internet quality mein we are on 67th rank, which is not very good. And e-infrastructure mein, guys, we are on 91st rank, which is very, very bad. Okay? E-infrastructure, I hope you guys understand. Like, for example, we have medical facilities, okay, which are available through online sessions. Therapies are available, or any kind of delivery system is there. So उसमें we are not really faring very well, ठीक है? So ये उसके अंदर का थोड़ा सा है. All right, next one, guys, is Akash Prime. So Akash Prime, what is it? Why is it into news? So the Defense Research and Development Organization, which is DRDO, has tested a new version of the Akash missile, and this new version is called as the Akash Prime. Okay, so it is a medium range mobile surface to air missile. Now देखो ये आप याद रखना, जो missiles होती है ना, इनकी varieties होती हैं, ठीक है, air to air, surface to surface, surface to air, कहाँ से launch होंगी और कहाँ तक जा सकती हैं, that defines its category. ठीक है, so this is a SAM system. SAM is basically surface to air missile system. ठीक है, so it's a medium range surface to air missile system, and it was launched from the integrated test range of Chandipur in Odisha. As you know, it's a very important point zone for launching and test firing of missiles, and it is equipped with an improved active radio frequency. Now remember, guys, another floating missile test firing station that we have is INS Anvesh, जो हमने अभी ऊपर पढ़ा, ठीक है, उसको भी याद रखना. और another on land which is very important is Chandipur in Odisha, ठीक है. Next one is, guys, the sacred portal. Ab sacred kiska portal hai, what is it related to? That can be a potential question. So remember, guys, that sacred portal is it was actually launched on the occasion of International Day of Older Persons, and the sacred, it stands for senior able citizens for re-employment in dignity. So if at all there are any senior citizens that are able enough to be re-employed in any jobs that serve with their dignity or that help in their dignity, so that is the portal. So it will definitely act as an interface for them and for giving them the right dignified jobs and definitely making them self-dependent as well. ठीक है. So now how can we learn them? जैसे sacred किसका मतलब होता है? Sacred का मतलब होता है पवित्र, pious, pure, ठीक है, something that is venerated, ठीक है. So definitely the elderly people, they are lot into like the godly things and they are like बहुत पवित्र पवित्र बातें करते हैं and they are a lot into the pious things, puja and all, worship and all. So sacred will be related to the elderly people. Okay. Okay, guys. Next one is this vaccine called as the Gardasil 9. ठीक है. So you just have to remember that किसकी वैक्सीन है, क्योंकि वैक्सीन आजकल बहुत ज्यादा न्यूज में है. So definitely a very potential question can be for malaria, like COVID-19 तो है ही है, ठीक है, उसके अलावा मलेरिया को ऑप्शन दे सकते हैं, हेपेटाइटिस को ऑप्शन दे देंगे, ठीक है. बट रिमेंबर दैट गार्डासिल इज बेसिकली फॉर HPV, which is basically human papilloma virus, ठीक है. So it's the first gender neutral, as in it can be governed on male as well as female. So gender neutral human papilloma virus vaccine called as Gardasil 9, ठीक है. So it is the only US Food and Drug Administration approved HPV vaccine that will help in reducing the HPV related diseases and cancers in India. ठीक है. So Gardasil 9, ठीक है. चलो, नेक्स्ट वन इज अबाउट साइक्लोन गुलाब. अब इसके दो इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट्स आपको याद करने हैं कि साइक्लोन गुलाब का नाम किसने दिया है, नाम से समझ जाओगे किसने दिया है, ठीक है. और दूसरा कि which regions did it actually made a landfall on. Now landfall, guys, is an important concept of geography when it comes to the cyclones. बिल्कुल सिंपल है. देखो साइक्लोन जो है वो अभी पानी में बन रहा है, ठीक है. नाउ द वाटर राइजेस, ठीक है. देयर इज अ पर्टिकुलर प्लेस वेयर इट फॉल्स, ठीक है, जहां पे वो अपनी एंट्री मार्क करता है किसी पीस ऑफ लैंड पे. नाउ द पीस ऑफ लैंड और द एरिया वेयर इट फॉल्स, so that area is called as the landfall, जहां पे उसकी स्पीड, उसकी इंटेंसिटी काफी कम हो जाती है. प्लीज रिमेंबर गाइज, कम हो जाती है, but definitely it is enough to make a lot of destruction, but it reduces when it makes a landfall, ठीक है. वो लैंड को हिट करता है और उसकी स्पीड, पावर, इंटेंसिटी रिड्यूस हो जाती है, ठीक है. So cyclone Gulab, it made a landfall in the coastal regions of Andhra Pradesh and Odisha. So that is on the eastern coast of India, and the name was given by Pakistan. तो नाम से समझ जाओगे, ठीक है. नाम थोड़ा सा शायराना नाम जो है ना, तो पाकिस्तान से आया, ऐसे समझना, ठीक है. सो अदर साइक्लोन्स व्हिच हिट इंडिया इन 2020-21 आर तौते, ऑफ कोर्स यू रिमेंबर, ठीक है. यू मस्ट बी रिमेंबरिंग निसर्गा एंड अम्फान, ठीक है. सो तौते, निसर्गा एंड अम्फान, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दे वर आल्सो, ठीक है. एंड दे कॉज्ड डिस्ट्रक्शन एज वेल, ठीक है. एंड यू हैव टू जस्ट रिमेंबर दीज वर द साइक्लोन्स, द रीसेंट वंस, ठीक है. चलो, नेक्स्ट वन, इंडियाज हाईएस्ट साइंस अवार्ड कॉल्ड एज शांति स्वरूप भटनागर अवार्ड 2021 वाज प्रेजेंटेड टू 11 साइंटिस्ट्स, ठीक है. अब इन 11 साइंटिस्ट के नाम आपको याद रखने की जरूरत नहीं है, बट जस्ट इतना याद रखना कि ये शांति स्वरूप भटनागर अवार्ड, इट इज रिलेटेड टू साइंस, ठीक है. अब ये ना, इट इज द हाईएस्ट अवार्ड बेसिकली इन द फील्ड ऑफ साइंस इन इंडिया, ठीक है. और कंफ्यूज मत होना, जैसे नाम ऐसा है शांति स्वरूप, तो ऐसा बोलेगा कुछ सोशल रिफॉर्म दिस एंड दैट, ठीक है. डोंट बी कंफ्यूज. शांति स्वरूप, जस्ट रिमेंबर दैट साइंस is, we should use science for maintaining peace or promoting peace in the world, ऐसे याद रखना, ठीक है. और इसीलिए इस अवार्ड का नाम है शांति स्वरूप भटनागर अवार्ड, ठीक है. चलो, basically yes, so it is in the name of, it is in the honor of late Dr. Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar, who was the director of the CSIR, ठीक है, this Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, ठीक है. तो उनके नाम पे ये है. Okay guys, with this we're done with the national. I know बहुत ज्यादा नहीं था, जितना हम पीछे जाते जा रहे हैं ना न्यूज पॉइंट्स, उतने I feel so कम होते जा रहे हैं. मतलब I am feeling that the difficulty level is decreasing and it's easier to learn the points as well, ठीक है. बाकी आप लोग को अगर टफ लग रहा होगा तो just try remembering and memorizing again and again, ठीक है. तो उससे हो जाएगा, ठीक है. So I think we can like now very safely and comfortably move to the international segment, ठीक है. इसमें भी बहुत ज्यादा points नहीं है, तो let's just go ahead, okay. Okay, so Cuba has become the first country to start COVID-19 vaccination for toddlers. ठीक है, so इसको हम कैसे याद करेंगे, मैंने ये कैसे याद किया, I'll tell you. देखो, जो क्यूब्स का गेम होता है, जो ब्लॉक्स वाला गेम नहीं होता जो बच्चे बहुत खेलते हैं, तो ब्लॉक्स में क्यूब्स भी होते हैं, ठीक है. सो क्यूबा, और यू कैन लर्न थ्रू शुगर क्यूब्स आल्सो. चिल्ड्रन आर फॉन्ड ऑफ स्वीट थिंग्स एंड चॉकलेट्स एंड एवरीथिंग. सो क्यूबा हैज बिकम द फर्स्ट कंट्री दैट वुड स्टार्ट द कोविड-19 वैक्सीनेशन फॉर टॉडलर्स. नाउ टॉडलर्स आर बिल्कुल लिटिल बच्चे, ठीक है. सो द लाइक चिल्ड्रन फ्रॉम द एज ऑफ 2 आर बीइंग वैक्सीनेटेड विद Abdala and Soberana, which are not recognized by the WHO. So these are the names of the two vaccines, but they have not been recognized by the WHO, but unka national discretion hai, so they are doing it. And Chile, it has also approved to China's Sinovac vaccines for children aged between 6 to 12. And one more point, it's just coming to my head, so I'll just share with you. Cuba is known as the sugar basket of the world, if I'm not wrong. Now, I read this back in some geography book while back I was in school. बट अब लेटेस्ट भी ये ऐसा है या नहीं, आप एक बार अपने लिए प्लीज कंफर्म कर लेना, ठीक है. बट टिल देन इट यूज्ड टू बी कॉल्ड एज द शुगर बास्केट ऑफ द वर्ल्ड, ठीक है. सो क्यूबा, ठीक है. तो ये तभी मैंने ऐसे याद किया था कि शुगर क्यूब्स की तरह, ठीक है. तो एक बार देख लेना. चलो, नेक्स्ट वन. आइसलैंड हैज कंस्ट्रक्टेड द वर्ल्ड्स लार्जेस्ट प्लांट टू कैप्चर कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड फ्रॉम एयर. अब ये प्लांट का मतलब पौधे वाला प्लांट मत समझना, ठीक है. कंस्ट्रक्शन प्लांट इंडस्ट्रियल तो क्या मतलब, इट्स लाइक अ इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चरल प्लांट, ठीक है. सो आइसलैंड हैज लाइक, सो इट्स द वर्ल्ड्स लार्जेस्ट प्लांट दैट विल हैव द कैपेसिटी टू कैप्चर कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड फ्रॉम एयर. सो डेफिनेटली इट विल बी लाइक वर्किंग एज द फॉरेस्ट, ठीक है. जैसे फॉरेस्ट होते हैं, दे कंज्यूम और दे इनटेक कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड, सिमिलरली इट विल ऑल्सो डू इट, ठीक है. Yeah, so that's also good, Amukta. You can definitely use this. Okay, chalo. Next one, guys, is the United States, United Kingdom and Australia. ये हमने अपने क्विज में भी कवर किया था about the AUKUS. ये हमने न्यूज़पेपर एनालिसिस में भी कवर किया था. So USA, Australia and United Kingdom, they have entered into a new regional partnership for the Indo-Pacific region. So you can learn through this. See, this is here A for Australia, UK and US. ठीक है, very easy. ठीक है, तो A for Australia, UK, United Kingdom, US is USA. ठीक है, so these three have come as in a regional partnership or trilateral security partnership for the Indo-Pacific region. तो इसमें अगर आपसे पूछता है तो you should know which three nations are there, and it will also help Australia acquire a nuclear-powered, conventionally armed submarine fleet as well. ठीक है, so yep. Okay, next one, guys. Iran has become a full member of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. ठीक है, तो थोड़ा सा याद रखना कि अभी recently किस country ने membership में join किया है SCO को, ठीक है, Shanghai Cooperation Organization को. And can anyone tell me where are the headquarters of the SCO? कहाँ पे headquarters हैं SCO के? Shanghai Cooperation Organization के headquarters कहाँ पे हैं?
Beijing.
Oh wow, who is that?
It's me, Amukta.
Oh, of course, Amukta. You should have known this answer because I remember we discussed it so many times in the newspaper quiz, right? So yes, it's in Beijing, ठीक है? Beijing, capital of China, and Shanghai Cooperation Organization has its headquarters over there, ठीक है? And Iran has become the latest full-time member of the SCO, ठीक है? So ये एक update है. India has emerged as the second biggest trading partner of Dubai, but as such कोई pinpointed question मुश्किल ही आएगा, so I'm skipping it for now. Next one, guys. Switzerland has legalized same-sex marriage and become one of the last countries in the Western Europe to do so. I still wonder when India will become advanced enough and I say accommodating enough that we also recognize same-sex marriages. Now, like living together.
There is a case going on in the Delhi High Court regarding the same-sex marriage.
Yes.
But
in fact, we talk about Amukta, just same-sex, decriminalization of the same-sex, living and relationships also. That also was a very, very long journey. I hope you all know about it. And back then, Delhi High Court, when I remember it was, I think, 2013, when Delhi High Court had given its thumbs up that it's all okay, but then it was struck down by Supreme Court. So I'm really hoping that it is, it goes well in Delhi High Court, and it also, if at all contested in Supreme Court, it is taken very positively, because that definitely makes this right a full-fledged right. मतलब सोचो, आपको right to freedom दे दी है, but आपको opportunities ही नहीं है उस freedom को exercise करने की. So क्या पॉइंट है उस राइट का, राइट? सो अगर आपको लाइक यू कैन लव अ पर्सन फ्रॉम द सेम सेक्स बट यू कांट मैरी द पर्सन, लाइक मुझे तो उसकी टोटलिटी जब तक नहीं है, मुझे उसका लॉजिक समझ में नहीं आता. सो स्विट्जरलैंड समहाउ लाइक
especially Since we are so conservative here in India, especially since we're so conservative here, it's such a weird thing to say to people. Like you can fall in love, but you can't get married. You
See,
can do stuff, but you can't get married.
exactly. I'll tell you one instance, guys, on this note. Like, I'll just take a moment. So, like, मेरी नानी का जहाँ घर है, it's in UP, ठीक है? तो once I had gone, बहुत पहले की बात है, मतलब I was very young. I myself did not really understand the concept of homosexuality like a lot, but I was always clear that there is nothing wrong in it. But I was like, whoa, what? It's okay if you love someone, it's just fine. So there used to be like two girls. I do not know them, didn't know them like personally. So they used to stay in like live in our locality somewhere, and they like they fell in love and they started living together. Okay, till then they hadn't married. Okay, so there was a very old lady in the locality, and she came and she started talking to me and मुझसे बोली कि तुमको पता है वो दोनों लड़कियां गे हैं. So I'm like, nahi auntie, gays, matlab it's a general term. They must be lesbians. So she's like, नहीं तुमको कुछ नहीं पता है, गे है गे. मैंने कहा अच्छा okay fine. मैंने कहा fine fine. So मैंने कहा हाँ so कह रही है बताओ ये तो दिमाग खराब हो गया, इनका कौन इलाज कराएगा? And I'm like, auntie, you don't need to get it done. There is nothing about ilaj or treatment that you have. So one thing I'll just say here, Amukta, and others also. See, in India, generally like शादी लव मैरिज ही इतना बड़ा कॉन्सेप्ट है. सेम सेक्स लव मैरिज तो भाई मतलब सोच लो क्या हो सकता है. ठीक है, तो आई थिंक इट विल टेक some time, but I'm very happy and like I really feel proud that now the generation that is coming up, it is broader in thinking. And not just, I'm not saying that broad or narrow is a problem. The problem is that how much are we in capacity to accept something new? That something that we do not agree to can also be right. That fine, I'm not okay with it, but it's natural. Like how much can we agree upon that? That's the bigger problem. Okay, acceptance is a bigger issue. So once we are like opening our minds to accept something, we'll definitely slowly and slowly, we will have a broader mindset also. So I'm really hoping कि हो. And I think यहाँ पे भी discussion में अगर होंगे तो बहुत लोगों के बहुत views हो सकते हैं, but that's how I feel about it.
Just on a side note, I just imagine, I mean, this should be accepted anyway, ki same-sex marriage.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking, just a side thought that just imagine that दोनों में नहीं जमेगा, फिर same-sex divorce law जब आएगा, so I think it will be
See,
just some
you're
side
right,
note.
Ritesh. देखो कहीं से तो it has to start है ना. धीरे धीरे अब देखो जैसे कि जब स्पेशल मैरिज एक्ट था, ठीक है, तो स्पेशल मैरिज एक्ट भी कभी रिकॉग्नाइज किया गया, ठीक है, फिर उसको उसके अलग अलग टेनेट्स आए, उसके अलग अलग लॉज आए. तो या यू आर राइट ऑन दिस दैट फिर सेम सेक्स डिवोर्स के भी कुछ लॉज होंगे. या फिर अगर बच्चा आपके पास है अडॉप्टेड कोई, ठीक है, पहले तो अडॉप्शन आपको करने देंगे कि नहीं करने देंगे, बिकॉज यू रिसेंटली रिमेंबर वी विल लर्निंग अबाउट द ART bill and like the surrogacy also. So same sex couples and homosexuals have been excluded from it. पता नहीं अब क्या मतलब आइडियोलॉजी है, that पता नहीं. So yeah, things have to unfold with time, but yeah, there has to be a beginning. And of course recognizing same sex living together, at least in India, it's also a big step. We should be happy about it, but I'm also looking forward that we get faster on this track. And that's why I'm saying I'm congratulating Switzerland that though even it has become one of the last countries, but still it has at least come up with the same sex marriage. And here guys, one more thing that we need to point out is that Italy is the only country in Western Europe that does not allow marriage between the same sex couples. ठीक है, तो ये आपको याद रखना है कि Italy is the only country, and now Switzerland has become one of the last countries to do so. ठीक है,
I think इंडिया में वापस से मेनका गुरुस्वामी और अरुंधति काटजू को वापस से लड़ना पड़ेगा, and I'm sure they will bring about this change.
अब मुझे लग रहा है
They are fighting the case that's going on in Delhi.
अच्छा, okay.
Yeah.
Because Menika Guruswamy, I mean, I'm a big fan of her. I had seen her once in Bombay High Court, and she was arguing. And उन्होंने जो argument रहेगा, उन्होंने क्या बोला जज को कि I usually don't say like this, but I'm coming straight to the point. And फिर जिस हिसाब से उन्होंने point रखा, मैं मतलब बाप रे बाप, इनका argument सुन के मतलब कोई भी persuade हो जाएगा, मतलब very very powerful and very very persuasive person, and मेरे हिसाब से शायद कर देंगे वापस से, ये भी हो जाएगा
इतनी
इंडिया
बड़ी
में.
चीज के लिए अगर persuade करना है ना, तो personality has to be very persuasive, I must say, है ना. So I'm totally taking you on this. I'm totally believing you that definitely there must be such charm, persuasion and such conviction on your own self that what you are saying is correct, है ना. तभी आप दूसरे को influence कर पाओगे, that what you're saying is worth considering and worth being taken into note. So let's all hope for the best, and I will be very happy. Not like that I am looking forward to marry a girl. I so wish I could have, but I am unfortunately straight. But on that note, guys, I'll be very happy, and I think we all should be happy for any advancement that the society takes into, because I really believe that this segment of the society is very less represented, and we all should take this responsibility, being egalitarian and equal minded humans, that we should all fight for each other's rights, be it like whatever it is, right? So we all should be
agreed.
Chalo. On this very good note, let's start with the science and technology segment. इसमें भी आज ज़्यादा नहीं है, तो let's just move further. India and Singapore, तो ये आप याद रखोगे थोड़ा सा कि इंडिया और सिंगापुर ने अभी recently the UPI system जो है ना, भीम UPI आपने पढ़ा होगा, तो उसी तरीके से जो UPI है, which is the Unified Payments Interface, so it has come up, and Pay Now is there to enable users to make instant and low cost fund transfer. So India and Singapore, अभी recently India और भूटान ने भी किया था, if I remember precisely, ठीक है. So you have to remember that this project was announced by the Reserve Bank of India and the Monetary Authority of Singapore. So दोनों की जो central banks kinds of जो monetary authorities हैं, उन्होंने किया, ठीक है. Oh, thank you Amukta. चलो ठीक है. Next one, guys, world's highest electric vehicle charging station, okay, has been inaugurated at Kaza town, so which is located in Lahaul and Spiti district of Himachal Pradesh. It is located at a height of 500 feet. Okay. मैं ठीक है कितना बोल रही हूँ, oh my god, I don't know, I'm so obsessed with this word or something. I myself am noticing this, sorry. All right, so the world's highest electric vehicle charging. Now here you have to pay attention that now when we are trying to reduce the carbon emission and we are trying to move on to sustainable sources of energy, electric vehicles are one amazing method to do so, and that is why the government is promoting the use of electric vehicles. If I am not wrong, it was Karnataka government recently which said that for further few years no taxes will be levied on the electric vehicle users, like for the road tax, जो भी इस तरीके के like motor vehicles के under. If you remember, Pritish, you asked a question also regarding that. All right, so that is basically to promote the use of electric vehicles, so that people, instead of just using the vehicles which rely on petrol and diesel, they move to electric vehicles, or not at least that, तो at least CNG पे तो होंगे ही होंगे, ठीक है. So in order to do that, the world's highest electric vehicle charging station, ताकि accessibility को हम increase कर सकें, it has been inaugurated in the Kaza town, which is in Lahore and Spiti district of Himachal Pradesh. Okay. Next one, China's central bank, which is the People's Bank of China, has announced that all transactions of cryptocurrencies are illegal. This is just why I pointed this out, was for an update for you guys, that China has put a complete ban on cryptocurrencies. So any kind of transaction, if at all takes place in cryptocurrencies in China, will be considered to be as like void ab initio, basically, like it will be illegal in totality. If you remember, in India, the Reserve Bank of India had also put a blanket ban on the cryptocurrency, the use of cryptocurrency, but the Supreme Court had come or intervened, and it said that putting a blanket ban is definitely not the right step to take over here. And that is why it suggested that the Reserve Bank of India should come up with the state-sponsored or state-governed cryptocurrency. Okay? Recently, there is a very amazing discussion about this available on the Rajya Sabha TV. Like अब तो अब वो merge हो गया, but YouTube पे आप the big picture में देखना, the debate on cryptocurrencies. It's very, very beautiful debate, shows all the pros and cons of having the government supported digital currency, and what will be the the prospects, what things government should keep in mind while bringing such cryptocurrency. So अगर आपको time लगेगा तो वो discussion about cryptocurrencies राज्यसभा टीवी पे the big picture program का नाम है, उसमें देखना, आपको एक बहुत अच्छा perspective मिलेगा, because digital currency was one topic which was, trust me, very difficult for me to understand. मुझे समझ ही नहीं आता था कि क्या है, but recently thankfully I've started, थोड़ा सा मुझे समझ में आने लगा, so I was just going through that debate. So if at all you get time, ये जरूर देखना, ठीक है, YouTube पे available है.
ये इंडिया में आई थिंक बैंगलोर में शायद क्रिप्टो करेंसी एटीएम था ना, जिसको शायद वो भी बंद कर दिया, ऐसा कुछ हुआ था.
I am not aware of that, Pritish.
Okay.
But अगर होगा भी तो वही है कि इंडिया में वो पूरी तरह illegal नहीं है, so there could be a chance. See, of course you know, right, that a lot of people in our country also, they're already investing in bitcoins and other kinds of cryptocurrencies, right? So I'm not recalling precisely. A few days ago we did I myself did the analysis of an article from about cryptocurrencies and regulating the cryptocurrency, and if I'm not wrong, 20 million dollars or some amount, which was very huge. People have already invested about that much money in cryptocurrencies in India itself. So that's why. So I'm not sure about that ATM, Pritish, but definitely people are investing, and that is why government is trying that before people go out of hand and out of control in making investments in the cryptocurrency, वो खुद अपनी तरफ की से लाई हुई cryptocurrency launch कर दे, so that it is regulated on one side and still people have the chance to invest in cryptocurrency. So that will be, उससे आप black money को थोड़ा बहुत curb कर सकोगे, and definitely if it's regulated by the central bank, the government can have a watch on where the money is moving and where not. But yet again I'm saying कि एक बार वो debate जरूर देखना, आपको बहुत अच्छा perspective मिलेगा cryptocurrency का, ठीक है?
Yeah, I just googled it. It says that in October 2018, India's first Bitcoin ATM was installed in Bangalore's Kempfort Mall by Unocoin, a blockchain solution. So, but वो शायद फिर वही आप जैसे बोल रहे हो, शायद मतलब बंद हो गया या बैन कर दिए होंगे.
Possible. देखो, क्योंकि ब्रिटिश क्या है, जब क्या होता है ना, देखो मैं आपको इंडियन माइंडसेट बताती हूँ. देखो क्या होता है जनरली कि जब तक इंडियंस आर सेवर्स, ये आपको पता होगा, बेसिक इकोनॉमी जब आप पढ़ते हो तो इंडिया इज नोन फॉर इट्स सेविंग कैपेसिटी. इंडिया के जो लोग होते हैं वो सेविंग में बहुत बिलीव करते हैं, ठीक है? सो हमारे यहाँ पे क्या है, बिकॉज मनी इज वेरी लिमिटेड इन आवर कंट्री, बिकॉज उतना लाइक पर कैपिटा इनकम इतना नहीं है, पीपल आर नॉट दैट ओपन विद स्पेंडिंग, एंड द स्पेंडिंग कल्चर इज नॉट दैट मच एज कम्पेयर टू वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज, ठीक है? सो व्हाट हैपेंस इज दैट नॉट अनलेस इंडियंस आर अश्योर्ड दैट उनकी जो इन्वेस्टमेंट है वो काफी सेफ है, it's not easy for people to influence Indians to invest in a particular kind of system or in a particular system of economy, right? So cryptocurrency is one system. आप अभी भी देखना, generally आप किसी से पूछोगे, हमारे पेरेंट्स से भी अगर आप बात करोगे, they totally they nullify the concept of cryptocurrency. They're like, जब पैसा दिखता ही नहीं है तो पैसा है कहाँ, right? Because that's the difference between fiat currency and cryptocurrency, the digital currency. Because fiat currency mein, if I am actually transferring 10,000 rupees to your account, so you can look at the 10,000 rupees, you can go to the bank and transact that amount of 10,000 rupees. But that's not the case with cryptocurrency. ऐसा जो पैसा कहीं नहीं है, बट वैल्यू में वो पैसा है. सो इस कॉन्सेप्ट की वजह से ना प्रीतिश, इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट, स्पेशली आई विल से फॉर द इंडियन पीपल और द इंडियन स्पेंडर्स to give them the guarantee or give them the the right picture of cryptocurrency, and that is why it will take a kind of, I'll say a पूरा एक cultural change, economical जो culture है वो change करना पड़ेगा, तब जाके लोगों को cryptocurrencies में आप ढंग से invest करना के लिए promote कर पाओगे. So इसीलिए अगर ये ATM खुला भी होगा तो I'm sure वो use नहीं हुआ होगा, या पता नहीं लोगों ने उसको कितना fraud समझा होगा, क्या क्या हुआ होगा. So that could have been the case with this ATM.
करेक्ट. और इंडियन पेरेंट्स इक्विटी में नहीं मानते तो क्रिप्टो करेंसी तो दूर की बात है.
So why I mean, even today I was discussing with my mama that I want to invest my money into like some other place, and she's like, what's this some other place? Acha, fine, you do one thing, you just open an FD. And I'm like, no mummy, some other place. And she's like, Acha, okay fine, just we'll call, like there is some uncle who works in the LIC and stuff. So she's like, you just open an LIC. So they are very stuck at the conventional methods, which I totally respect, I totally understand. But see, we have to bring a lot of change in the mindset, and only then we can convince people to do so.
मुझे लगा लैंड बोलेंगे, तो पेरेंट्स लैंड बोलते कि आप लैंड ले लो, वो भी बोलते.
इतना पैसा मेरे पे होता ना तो मुझे ऑप्शन दे देते. The thing is that इतना मेरे पास पैसे ही नहीं है कि मैं लैंड खरीदूंगी. So that option is cut out anyway. ठीक है? Chalo, let's move to the next segment, guys. Dates and personalities. So the first one is Noida District Magistrate Suhas LY. He has become the first IAS officer to win a medal in the badminton at the Tokyo 2020 Paralympics game. Paralympics basically is the Olympics for the people that are physically differently abled or physically challenged. So Paralympics, okay? So here you can see he's an IS officer and he won the gold medals at the BWF Turkish Para Badminton Championship in men's singles. So definitely a moment to be proud of. Okay, next one, guys. Shailendra Singh, who is an Indian biologist, has won the Behler Turtle Conservation Award. Now, this is an important one because actually he has played a very important role in bringing 3 critically endangered turtle conservation species back from the brink of extinction, and now their populations have revived. ठीक है? So उसलिए उनको Behler Turtle Conservation Award मिला है. The name is Shailendra Singh. Okay, next one, 2 things we have to remember, that World Ozone Day कब बनाया जाता है, जिसको हम International Day for Preservation of the Ozone Layer भी बोलते हैं. Now, as you know that because of the intense, I would say increase basically in the concentration of the chlorofluorocarbons, there was a big hole in the ozone layer, and ozone layer is very important when it comes to protecting us from the harmful ultraviolet rays of the sun. Okay, so uske liye for the rebuilding of the ozone layer, we have the Ozone Day, World Ozone Day, or the International Day for Preservation of the Ozone Layer, and it is observed on September 16th, 2021. किसी का बर्थडे या कुछ आता है तो कर लो. मेरा बर्थडे सितंबर में आता है तो मैं उससे थोड़ा याद कर लूंगी, though it's not 16 but it's in September that I take care, like I want to ozone to be healthy again. So ऐसे आप कर सकते हो. ठीक है. और नेक्स्ट चीज जो आपको इसमें याद रखनी है इज द मॉन्ट्रियल प्रोटोकॉल. नाउ गाइस, मॉन्ट्रियल प्रोटोकॉल इज वन इंपॉर्टेंट प्रोटोकॉल व्हेन इट कम्स टू द कंजर्वेशन ऑफ ओजोन. ठीक है. सो थोड़ा सा ध्यान में आप रखोगे कि मॉन्ट्रियल प्रोटोकॉल का वन ऑफ द इंपॉर्टेंट गोल्स ऑफ दिस प्रोटोकॉल इज व्हाट, फॉर द कंजर्वेशन ऑफ ओजोन. ठीक है. Next one, Hungary has unveiled the statue of Bitcoin founder Satoshi Nakamoto. So ये आप देखो, पत्नी तो weird है बहुत ही. ठीक है. So basically this Bitcoin was created in the year 2008 and the founding white paper was authorized by Satoshi Nakamoto. So this तो उनकी एक image unveil की है Hungary ने. तो आप इसको याद कैसे रखोगे कि nowadays people are very hungry when it comes to money. ठीक है. And they are looking for new ways of investments, as we were just discussing. So Bitcoin is one of those ways, and so the country Hungary. ठीक है. So ये आप याद रखना. Okay, next one, can anyone tell me what's the capital of Hungary? It was there over there but I've skipped it now. So
Budapest.
Can anyone tell me? Shabash, बहुत बढ़िया. Yes, it's Budapest. When I was young, I was learning the capitals of various countries of the world. I used to literally laugh a lot कि ये कैसा नाम है Budapest, क्योंकि मुझे समझ में ऐसा लगता है बुढ़ा पेस्ट. ठीक है. You know how kids are, I'm sorry, don't judge me. ठीक है. But I really found it very hilarious that what kind of a name is this. So yeah,
even I used to learn the country capitals in the childhood,
yeah.
but that was the highest GK I had.
Okay.
उसके बाद से कमी हुआ है, तो अभी थोड़ा first time life में GK, so that's why I never miss the class and I try to just know more GK because that is my week.
Okay, don't worry. You if you are like taking these classes seriously, which you are, I can see. So definitely you'll see a lot of change in your IQ when it comes to GK. Okay, so I'm really hopeful on that. Because general knowledge एक ऐसी चीज है, it's so vast, you can never learn it all in the first place, but still थोड़ा भी आप करते हो तो you feel better. मतलब it's like थोड़ा सा एडिशन भी आपको बहुत अच्छा एक डिस्कशन का प्लेटफॉर्म देता है generally also, है ना? Okay. Yeah, so yes, we can say so. Okay, so and yeah, so let's move further, guys. Guinness World Records has certified 2 Japanese sisters as the oldest living identical twins of the world at the age of 107 years. This reminds me of a very good book, Ikigai. I think a lot of you might have already read it, and if not read it, I am sure you must have definitely heard of it. I recently finished reading it a few days ago, and I got to know that Japan has, the highest population of people above the age of 100 years, जिनको हम centenarians कहते हैं. ठीक है. तो वहाँ पे एक विलेज है, एक जगह है ओकिनावा के नाम से. So वहाँ पे उसके बारे में काफी है इकिगाई में. So this also, the world record for the identical twins also is held by Japan, which is at the age of 107 years. ठीक है. And Japan is the world's fastest aging country, where about 29% of the 125 million population are 65 years or older. But this no way puts Japan in any kind of backlash or in any kind of disadvantage, because you should know that people in Japan hardly retire. In the book I was reading, that over there age is not a criteria to retire, like, to be very practical. Your health is the criteria for retiring. And I'm so missing out the name of the Prime Minister of Japan. Recently only, guys, he stepped down because he was not in good health.
Yoshihide Suga.
Yes, Yoshihide Suga, right, if that is the name, right? So he actually stepped down because of his age. ठीक है, so वहाँ पे age is a criteria. ये नहीं कि भाई 60 के हो गए 65 के हो गए तो अब आप रिटायर करोगे और उसके बाद आप सिर्फ गार्डन में बैठ के बादाम खाओगे या केला खाओगे, ऐसा नहीं है. वहाँ पे आप the people are very hardworking and they enjoy work. So उनकी जो aging population है, still it adds a lot to the country and the country's economy as well. So उनका human resource definitely बहुत strong है.
Regarding their work ethic, they follow this style of management that's called the paternalistic style of management, where they're like one family. Yeah. So basically, if the workers want to protest against the management, what they do is they'll work for longer hours.
Yeah.
So and they don't want to see their workers working so hard, so they'll give them what they want.
ये देखो, और यहाँ पे इंडिया में longer hours करने लगे ना तो उसको employee of the year मिल जाएगा करते करते. उसको उसका प्रोटेस्ट कोई नोटिस नहीं करेगा और they'll be like, अरे हाँ, वाओ, वेरी गुड वेरी गुड. we want such kind of employees जिनका कोई पर्सनल लाइफ नहीं है, जिनका कुछ नहीं है, सिर्फ वो कंपनी पे ध्यान देते हैं. Right? So this is how they actually treat their humans as an asset, and so the humans they revert back also like an asset for the country. हर एक skill, हर एक human की value है, and that's why, see, when we talk about countries like Japan and other island countries, always remember that generally they are very short on resources. इनके पास resources बहुत limited होती हैं. But still, and you remember, guys, after the tsunami and the earthquake that Japan had faced, and even if we talk about the Hiroshima and Nagasaki also, what development, marvelous, because it did not give up in the first place, and secondly it did not cry out कि हमारे पास ये नहीं है वो नहीं है. जो था population, उन्होंने उसको ही इतना polish किया, उसको इतना sharp किया that there is no stopping for countries like Japan, right? Okay, next one, guys. Lewis Hamilton has become the first ever Formula 1 driver to reach 100 wins after finishing at first in the Russian Grand Prix. ठीक है, so ये नाम आप याद रखना, Lewis Hamilton किससे related है? Formula 1 racing से. ठीक है, next one. Veteran legislator Neemaben Acharya was unanimously elected as the first woman speaker of Gujarat Assembly. ठीक है, and बस ये थोड़ा सा आप याद रखना कि Neemaben Acharya was the first Gujarat speaker की first female speaker. Okay, India-based Dr. Rukmini Banerjee has been awarded with the 2021 Yidan Prize. ठीक है, अभी आपको याद रखना है that Yidan Prize is given in the field of education. ठीक है, educational development. तो आपको ये याद रखना है. Okay. Last segment for today, guys, more important for the CLAT students, and if at all there are any judiciary students through YouTube. So geography and environment. The first one, state of Tamil Nadu will set up India's first Dungong Conservation Reserve in the Park Bay on the southeast coast. So Dungong is also called as the sea cow. ठीक है, sea horse से confuse मत होना, sea cow. ठीक है, तो उनके conservation की एक reserve तमिलनाडु में आएगी. इंडिया की first conservation setup वहाँ पे है for Dungong. So Dungong or sea cow is an endangered marine mammal. ठीक है, ये आप देख सकते हो. मुझे तो ये एलिफेंट जैसे ज्यादा लग रही है फिलहाल, बट या चलो. Next one, the National Bureau of Animal Genetic Resources has recognized the Manda buffalo. Very important question, guys. Found in the Eastern Ghats. अब ये important question है कि Manda buffalo कहाँ पे मिलती है, ठीक है? Because it was a lot into news. So it's found in the Eastern Ghats and plateau of Koraput region of Odisha. So it has been now brought in as the 19th unique breed of buffaloes found in India. Now, the special thing about this Manda buffalo is that it is actually quite much immune to a lot of parasites and a lot of infections. And it was written also somewhere, guys. वहाँ पढ़ना, मतलब ये काफी ज़्यादा मतलब immune है, and it's very easy to maintain also. So definitely इसका जो asset value है वो बहुत ज़्यादा है. This is the picture. Okay, so the teeth of new species of hybodont shark of the Jurassic age. बस आपको इतना याद रखना है कि hybodont was into news. So what is it? It is basically a species of shark which was there in the times of Jurassic age. ठीक है, तो age से जो epoch होते हैं अलग अलग, तो Jurassic जब पूरा राज था डायनासोर्स का. ठीक है. So have been reported for the first time from Rajasthan, जैसलमेर. तो कहाँ पे मिले? राजस्थान के जैसलमेर में. ठीक है. Okay, next guys is 2 more. ये सबसे important question है इसका, please remember. ठीक है, ये सबके लिए important है, सबके लिए. 2 more beaches in India have received the blue flag tag certification, which are Kovalam in Tamil Nadu and Eden in Puducherry. ठीक है, ये आपको याद रखना है. ये ना blue flag tag basically eco tourism के लिए बहुत important होता है, and it is considered as these are the cleanest and the safest beaches across the world. ठीक है, and it is given by a German. There is this institute वो allot करता है blue flag tag. ठीक है, and earlier we had 8 beaches. There was Radhanagar beach from Andaman and Nicobar, Padubidri beach, Golden beach. These are all there. I used to remember. अब मुझे थोड़ा revise करना पड़ेगा. तो 8 beaches पहले थे. Now in total we have 10. So Kovalam, Tamil Nadu, and Eden in Puducherry have been added to this list, which is definitely a very, very good step when it comes to eco-tourism. Okay, next one. The Naga cucumber from Nagaland has been awarded the GI tag. अब नागा नाम से पता है, नागा मतलब नागालैंड से है. So this cucumber has been given the geographical indication tag. So they were in the Jhum fields. Jhum cultivation पता है आपको, slash and burn cultivation जिसको कहते हैं, slash and burn kind of agriculture. So where the first land of the trees and other vegetation is cleared, burned and then cultivated for a limited number of years, इसको Jhum cultivation कहते हैं. So वहाँ पे it was as a mixed crop mainly during the Kharif season. जो Kharif season हमारा कौन सा होता है? April, May का जो season है, ठीक है, rainy season type जिसको रहता है, ठीक है. So some tribes like the Konyak are found to grow cucumbers all throughout the year by seed to seed method depending upon the soil type. So ये picture है हमारे नागा cucumber की, और इसको अब GI tag भी मिल चुका है. ठीक है, so that was all for the September current affairs, guys. Now we will quickly move to our मेरा favorite session होता है वो, ठीक है, जो हमारा quiz session होता है. ठीक है, so I want all of you to take attempt and answer in the chat box. Okay, नहीं भी आता है, just try answering. Okay, try करने में कुछ नहीं जाता. चलो, let's start the MCQs. All the best, everyone. Let's see the first one. Which among the following is not correct about the Akash Prime missile launched by DRDO? It's a medium-range missile. It's a surface-to-air missile. It's a surface-to-surface missile, and it has been launched from Odisha. बहुत easy है, guys. मैंने पूरा concept भी समझाया था. Very good, Amukta. So it is not true that it is a surface-to-surface missile because it is a surface-to-air SAM system था, right? Surface-to-air missile है ये, ठीक है? Medium range है, correct. Surface-to-air है, correct. It was launched in Odisha, ठीक है? चंदीपुर जो area था, ठीक है? And it is not a surface-to-surface missile. Very good. ये आप पढ़ना, और बाकी लोग आंसर क्यों नहीं दे रहे हो? मैं रुकती हूँ थोड़ा, ठीक है? And आंसर देना मुझे. I really want all of you to take attempt. Chalo, next one. Which country legalized the same-sex marriage and became one of the last countries in the Western Europe to do so? Very easy question. Yes. So Rahul is saying option number 3. Pritish is saying 3. Freya is saying C, which is like the third option. Amukta says Switzerland. Sakshi says option 3. Very good, guys. The correct answer is Switzerland. Can you now, very good, Kavya, you also correct. Can you now also tell me that which is the only nation that does not legalize shabash in the European circle? It's Italy, ठीक है? Very good. So Italy recognize नहीं करता है. चलो, शाबाश. Okay, पढ़ लेना, वैसे उसमें से ही है. So the central government recently launched a unique ID to create a unified farmer service interface. It is a dash-digit unique ID. 9, 10, 11, 12. जल्दी सब आंसर दो, सब लोग आंसर दो. Very good, Amukta, Pritish. बाकी लोग देखो आंसर दो, शाबाश. Sakshi, very good. The answer is correct. Rahul, yes. Very good, guys. So the correct answer is yes, Kavya. Very good. Option D. Option number 4, which is 12. ठीक है? चलो, very good. तुम्हें अब मतलब आई एम होपफुल कि याद आ जाता होगा एकदम से ना, बिकॉज अभी रिसेंटली वी हैव डन, तो इस मेथड से करोगे ना, सो things will remain in your mind for a longer time. MCQs and question formats are always, more helpful in storing stuff into our memory. Okay, so 12 is this. चलो,
एग्जाम टाइम में पढ़ के भी भूल जाते, लेकिन
Pritish, थोड़ा रिवाइज करना पड़ेगा, ठीक है? तब डेफिनेटली आपको याद रहेगा, क्योंकि देयर आर डिफरेंट टेंडेंसीज ऑफ माइंड्स, सम पीपल रिमेंबर एक बार में पढ़ के उनको काफी याद रहता है और बहुत टाइम तक याद रह जाता है, और कुछ होते हैं उनको कंसिस्टेंटली रिविजन चाहिए होता है, बट देन यू हैव टू अडैप्ट टू योर ओन टाइप, है ना, क्योंकि वो आपको करना पड़ेगा, ठीक है? तो नेक्स्ट वन इज व्हिच अमंग द
आंसर इज 1.
Oh, very good. So let me just read the question. Which among the following beaches recently received a blue flag certification, making a total of 10 beaches with the certification? Kovalam, Elephant, Radhanagar, or Juhu? Radhanagar, as I told guys, it's in Andaman and Nicobar Islands. It's already amongst it was already amongst the 8 beaches which we had. So recently,
I
Kovalam.
went to Radhanagar beach.
Oh,
And it's a
wow.
great place. We actually
I
stayed
had
in this dome house in front of the beach. So it was a great, like I was 9, I think.
You really ripped my heart off at this moment. I had plans to go to Andaman and Nicobar this January, which is passed away, and I couldn't go. Oh, God bless
It's
me.
a
So
great
even
place to go. It's a great place to go. Some of the best memories that I'll ever have.
Thank you so much. I
so
am so thrilled to listen to that.
so even I ripped your heart then, because even I went to Radhanagar beach, Andaman Nicobar. It has got
Anybody else says this now, I am not liking you anymore. Okay? So don't do that to me. Okay, so great guys. So I'll definitely talk to you too to talk about, what else can we go and visit in Andaman, because definitely I will be going with my friends sometime later. So let me know guys, okay?
आपका कनेक्शन कौन सा है वैसे? फोन जियो?
ये अभी जो चल रहा है?
हाँ, नहीं इन जनरल
फोन में मतलब I have two, so I have Airtel and Jio.
So जियो वहाँ काम नहीं करता. We had a horrible time. तो अभी we don't have each other's contact details. So I just told you in advance because we had a horrible time because we cannot contact anyone. And आपको रोना आता है क्योंकि इतने सुंदर जगह पे हो, but आपको पता नहीं आप अगला कहाँ जाओगे, because you're dependent on others and there is no network. So
I think ये अंबानी जी को पता नहीं होगा अभी कि वहां तक जियो पहुंच नहीं पाया.
वहां पर BSNL चलता है बस. और गवर्नमेंट. So
my father has a number of BSNL. I'll ask him to give me that when I go.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Pritesh. That's a golden tip. Really,
Yes.
farthest of my imaginations also मुझे नहीं पता चलता. ये वहाँ जाके हम टुम मिला रहे होते और कहीं फोन नहीं मिलता.
नहीं, you will not. We've wasted
so
our and most welcome.
Okay, thank you. All right. So yes, यहाँ पे Kovalam is the correct answer. So Kovalam, and the other beach is Eden, which is there in Puducherry. Very good. So it was there. ठीक है. You want to visit Elephant Beach just because of its name. So I'm sure you must be wanting to visit the Elephanta Caves also. हाँ राहुल, अगर नाम के हिसाब से तो, right? Okay, चलो. Let's move to the next one, guys. This is the answer explanation. देख लेना. The Time 100 most influential people of 2021 were announced. Which of the following are not included in the list of names? Narendra Modi, Mamata Banerjee, K. Sivan, or Adar Poonawala? बहुत आसान सा question. अरे yeah, I gave you the answer already. Yes, so K. Sivan, very good, Pritish and Amukta. K. Sivan is the correct answer. K. Sivan was the chief of ISRO. And recently a new chief has been appointed. Can anyone tell me the name? Who will now be replaced?
I was just remembering that he has been replaced.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, what is his name?
Me too. I have totally skipped. Acha. So Preetham says S. Somnath. Okay. Preetham, thank you so much. I was totally, मेरे को सिर्फ इतना याद आ रहा था कि he has now, like, we have a new chief of ISRO, but I didn't recall the name. Thank you. So yeah. Okay. Yes. So it's S. Somnath. Okay. So K. Sivan was earlier the former chief, and now we have S. Somnath. Okay. Chalo. Let's move further. National Mineral Development Limited, the NMDC, recently received the Rajbhasha Kirti Puraskar Award. The NMDC it falls under which of the following ministries? Commerce and Industry, Mines, New and Renewable Energy, or Steel? ये भी मैंने discuss किया था. शाबाश, बहुत बढ़िया. Yes, Amukta and Pritish. So I see Amukta and Pritish only primarily give the answers. बाकी लोग तो मतलब मुझे लगता है मन में आंसर देके खुश जाते हैं. But बस सही दे रहे हो इतना ध्यान रखना. नहीं भी दे रहे हो तो आंसर पढ़ लेना, ठीक है? So make sure that you're not learning wrong from the questions. Okay. Okay, Amukta. I think we're just left with one question or more. So if you have to leave, it's fine. Okay, you can go. I think we're already we're done. Okay. Oh, acha, Preetham. That's how generous of you. Thank you. We need people like you. All right. So Amukta, yeah, just here is the question. Which of the following state governments have recently decided to ban online games and betting excluding lottery? That's the full question. Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Kerala. Shabash. Yes, it's option number 3, Karnataka. Okay, so very good, very good. So yes, this was the last question anyway. Thank you so much, Amukta. You can leave for sure for now. And I hope, guys, it was a good and like fun learning session for you all. Boring नहीं था. आज तो हमने कुछ बहुत सारा कुछ discuss भी किया, which I'm happy about. And I will get this circulated and the link for the Google Drive for compendiums also circulated. ठीक है? You're always welcome, Amukta. You're always welcome. So yeah, guys, I will.
Ma'am, can you suggest any book for GK for the preparation?
You are preparing for
23 CLAT.
CLAT. Okay. So Sakshi, I think CLAT में तो current affairs is more important than like जितने papers मैंने देखे हैं last 2-3 साल के, तो static से ज़्यादा current affairs का weightage रहता है ना. So I think for you newspaper I will suggest as the best source, and सुबह if you can, you should be attending the daily Hindu quiz which we take from the Hindu newspaper. It's very amazing.
I used to attempt. Sometime I used to miss, but okay. I try to attempt it.
या सो देखो, अगर आप उस टाइम अटेम्प्ट नहीं कर पाते हो तो जो हमारा क्लैट चैनल है ना, लॉसी को क्लैट प्रेप यूट्यूब पे, उस पे रिकॉर्डिंग भी चली जाती है. सो यू कैन गो एंड वॉच दैट ऑल्सो. व्हाई आई एम आस्किंग यू टू डू दिस इज in the previous CLAT paper also, I think there were 26-27 questions from current affairs, and 22 to 23 questions we had already covered in the quiz, which is very huge. बहुत बड़ा weightage होता है, and somewhat तो directly from like the same compendium.
My class is going on that time, so that's why I missed it.
If you can't attend live, no, so just go through the session afterwards. Just go on the CLAT Prep channel on YouTube and just search for the Hindu daily quiz and you will find it there. तो अगर आप शाम को भी देखते हो, एक हफ्ते का साथ में देखते हो, then also it's fine. I'm just saying cover those questions anyhow you can, है ना? That will be the best source for you, and because उसमें बहुत सब static GK का भी cover हो जाता है, if at all, it is roundabout in the current affairs also. तो वो भी आपको help करेगा. ठीक है, क्योंकि कोई बुक में मुझे नहीं लगता इतना फ्रूटफुल होगी आपके एग्जाम के लिए, बिकॉज इट्स मोर करंट अफेयर्स ओरिएंटेड, है ना? तो आप एक बार करके देखो, कुछ क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करके देखो. आई थिंक इट विल बी मोर देन इनफ फॉर यू. ऑलराइट?
Okay,
yes, ma'am.
thank you.
That is actually specified that there will be no static GK for us. Like it's only current affairs, and current affairs के basis पे maybe like
Exactly. जो derived questions होते हैं ना, they might come, है ना? So Sakshi, I think it's a very safe thing for you to, go through the newspaper and attend that quiz, or just go through that quiz whenever possible. Okay, it will be more than sufficient for you.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, guys. So I think I will.
ये सुबह का कैसे अटेंड करते हैं क्लास?
प्रीतिश, सी आप सेबी में हैं तो आप क्या कर सकते हैं, जो हमारा क्लैट प्रेप चैनल है ना, उसको आप सब्सक्राइब कर सकते हैं. ठीक है, एंड एवरी मॉर्निंग लाइक ऑन 10 AM वी कम लाइव ऑन यूट्यूब ऑल्सो. सो इफ एट ऑल आपके पास ज्वाइनिंग लिंक नहीं होता है तो आप यूट्यूब से भी लाइव उसको अटेंड कर सकते हैं. सो just subscribe to the Law Seco CLAT Prep channel. Early in the morning आपके पास live का notification आ जाएगा, so you can go through that. It's a very amazing session. Like why I do not suggest it for SEBI students directly is because you already have a lot on your plate. But if you have to build your current affairs, trust me, it's one of the best things.
Correct. Yeah, that's what. और अभी बहुत important time आ रहा है.
आने वाला है, right?
क्योंकि बजट, इकोनॉमिक्स ये सब आएगा तो आप सब कवर करने वाले. So that's why I was thinking.
तो मैं आपको नहीं सजेस्ट करूंगी कि आप उसमें अपना आधा घंटा भी लगाओ अभी बिकॉज यू हैव अ लॉट टू डू. बट इन केस फर्दर अगर आपको जरूरत पड़ती है तो यू आर मोर देन वेलकम इन दैट टू. ओके, तो वो आपके लिए बहुत लाइक वो तो डेली भी कोई भी अगर लाइक जनरल अवेयरनेस के लिए भी अपने करता है तो उनके लिए भी वो क्विज बहुत अच्छी है. ठीक है, तो I think am I allowed to sign off now, guys? If you have any doubts, you're more than welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. And I will see you guys in my next session. It's on 28th of this month. It will be the last session for this month, and we will be covering the current affairs for August 2021. With that, we'll be started with 2021 क्योंकि उसके पहले के अभिनव, who was my precursor, he had already taken those classes, so आप उनको देख सकते हैं. और अगस्त से दिसंबर तक की हम कवर कर लेंगे इन द नेक्स्ट. अगस्त इज ओनली वन लेफ्ट, एंड वी विल ट्राई दैट जनवरी का हम जैसे ही फेब का फर्स्ट वीक आएगा वो हम कवर कर लेंगे. उसके बाद वी विल मूव लाइक ऑन अ वेरी स्लोअर पेस वीक बाय वीक. सो फिर वी विल नॉट हैव अ लॉट टू कवर इन वन सिंगल सेशन. ओके, सो बिकॉज अभी बहुत ज्यादा बैकलॉग था तो आई हैड टू कवर दैट फर्स्ट. सो विल बी डूइंग देम इन द कमिंग सेशंस. ओके, so I'll take your leave, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Please take care of yourselves. I hope you liked it, you learned something out of it. I also learned a lot out of this session. And take care of yourself, guys. Stay happy, stay home, and if you're going out, please mask or sanitizer use kare. Omicron kam khatarnak lag raha hoga, but let's not underestimate it anyway. Okay, chalo, thank you everyone. Bye bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a good day.
Welcome. Bye bye.